and Cena looked like a fucking idiot. Because he did the line in the sand, he stepped back, and you should have seen him. Just watch that pose. He steps back, he's like, come on. He's got his arms out like this. What kind of fucking shit is that? Okay, so this episode of Raw was better than that steaming shit pile from last week, but this Raw was not that great. There are a couple of good matches, but overall I was unimpressed, and I was pretty fucking annoyed for some of it. So, let's get started with this. We're talking about Monday Night Raw for July 8th, right? Yeah, July 8th, 2013. And I got into this show, it was about 5 minutes late. It was 8:05. I was busy doing stuff. So I sit down, I was putting the fucking kids to bed is what I was doing. So I sit down ready to watch some Raw. I turn on the TV, and what do I get? What do I get on my TV? I got Vickie Guerrero sitting on top of a ladder, straddling it. And I wanted to fucking puke my guts out. I just wanted to barf all over the place. Are you kidding me? Like, how does the WWE think this is going to attract new viewers to their product? When they see the show starting and somebody flipping through the channel says, oh man, WWE Raw, that's a wrestling show. It's on for 3 hours. I think I'm going to check it out. They turn it on. They got this old cougar wannabe straddling a ladder, looking fucking gross. Her nails, or her voice sounds like goddamn nails on a fucking chalkboard, just melting your brain. And they think this is the best way to open the show, to have her talk. Like, she was up there, I'm assuming she was there from the start of the show, so that's 5 minutes, and I think it lasted another 5-10 minutes. That's fucking horrible. You're not going to get any new viewers with that. Like, all she really did was just announce matches, was just say who's going to be wrestling who for the night, and that was it. There's a million other ways that you could better do that. You could get the fucking text-to-speech fucking recognition program, or Microsoft Word, or whatever, that would sound better if they just would have had a still picture with that voice telling you what's coming up on the rest of the show.
Why does Vickie Guerrero suck so much ass?
Rather than having Vickie Guerrero fucking dry humping a goddamn ladder telling you about these matches in her god-awful voice. It's fucking terrible, man. How do they expect to get new viewers with that shit? To retain an audience, any kind of new audience that might be checking it out for the first time? If I saw that shit, I'd be like, oh, no fucking way. I'm not listening to this garbage. Off. I'm going to do something fun. It's fucking dumb that they make those kinds of decisions on purpose. It's stupid. So, next up is the first match of the night, and it is, in my opinion, the best match of the night. Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus. Daniel Bryan got a nice pop when he came out, and when I found out he was going to be wrestling Sheamus, I immediately thought this match is going to have some sort of goofy finish to it. That there's no way that... There's no way they're going to let Daniel Bryan beat Sheamus, and they better not let Sheamus fucking beat Daniel Bryan clean. That'd be just shit all over the momentum that he's got. But turns out Daniel Bryan did win this match, and I was surprised. I'm just really happy with the way that the WWE is handling the Daniel Bryan underdog story. To make it seem like he's going to... Not to make it seem like he's going to lose every match, but just to position him in that underdog spot, but have him be such a great wrestler and be so good in the ring, which that's just the ability that he has, and then to get the win at the end, it really works. I really like what they're doing with that so far. And the match was pretty good. Something that happened during this match, and it happened a couple of times throughout the night, and it's been happening for a while now, but I got to talk about it, is when... Sheamus had Daniel Bryan tied up in the ropes. He starts getting him with the clubbing blows on the chest. The camera is doing this, okay? It's zooming in and out on the action. I mean, look at this. Is this video more exciting because I keep doing this in and out? It's fucking stupid. I thought I was going to have a goddamn seizure watching that shit. I don't know why they think makes a match more exciting or a brawl more exciting when they do that. When they fucking flash it in and out so many times. I'm just sitting there like... It's shit. It's horse shit. It's garbage. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's garbage and they need to stop doing it. But you know they're not gonna. I just had to bitch about that because I don't fucking like that stuff. Anyway, the match was pretty good. There was a lot of back and forth, lots of counters throughout the whole match, and I really enjoyed the finish. It was very exciting. Daniel Bryan, Sheamus was on his knees, and Daniel Bryan went for the running kick. Sheamus scooped him up and tried to hit the white noise. Turned into a roll-up, which turned into... Daniel Bryan turned it into a roll-up, and then won immediately for the LeBell Lock, and then Sheamus countered that into the Texas Cloverleaf, and then Daniel Bryan countered that into a roll-up, another roll-up, a schoolboy, I believe, and got the pin. That's good stuff. I mean, there was a whole lot of back and forth. The crowd was really into this match. I was really into this match. In my opinion, best match of the night. Again, Daniel Bryan gets best match of the night. So, it's good stuff. And let's see here. Next up was the backstage segment between AJ and Dolph Ziggler. I don't know what the fuck AJ was talking about. I skipped it. Dolph, I think it's the first time that Dolph and AJ have been on TV since they started doing Ziggler's face turn. And Ziggler's still in the middle of the gray area, especially the way he was talking to AJ last night, saying that he just wants to win the World Heavyweight Championship. And she kind of asked him for his help to help her keep the Divas title at the upcoming pay-per-view. And Dolph didn't really give her a response saying he would or not, so I'm pretty sure they're building to some sort of falling out between AJ and Dolph at the pay-per-view. And let me tell you something. If it leads to AJ screwing Dolph out of the World Heavyweight Championship, which I'm pretty sure it's gonna, then yeah, you're gonna see me fucking explode. So, we'll see what happens. But especially with the stuff that happened later on tonight, and they're just getting ready to take a gigantic fucking shit on Dolph Ziggler. And they've literally already done that. Like, just look at that fucking end-of-year Raw last year. For 2012, that last episode of Raw. They literally shit on him. And now they're going to do it again, figuratively, which they've already done like 30 fucking times. Up next was Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins versus the Tons of fucking shit. And this match was pretty shitty when it started out. But the ending was pretty nice. It had a pretty decent finish. And I'm about to tell you, this was probably the toughest opponent yet for the Shield. Because Reigns and Rollins had to work their asses off to try to make that match look good. To try to make that match fucking entertaining. That was their most difficult test yet. Was to try to put on a good match with tons of fucking shit. Brodus, I'm a douchebag Clay. And Tensai, somebody please teabag me, Prince Albert. So, a bunch of garbage, that fucking team, man. And, yeah, they had a hard time doing it. But by the end, they managed to make it entertaining for the finish. But overall, the match was not that great. Reigns and Rollins won, and, big fucking deal. I'd rather see Reigns and Rollins not fight in any tag team matches rather than see them fight tons of fucking shit. Okay? I don't want to see that. And here we go. John Cena comes out next. And this fucking guy, man, it doesn't matter, and this was not a great Raw by any stretch of the imagination, but it doesn't matter how good a Raw could potentially be. He comes out there, and he's just like this void, this black fucking hole. He just sucks all the good out of anything you could get out of a Raw show, because he just turns it into shit. He's just a walking, steaming pile of cow shit. And he's just such garbage, and what this was garbage. That's what it was. He comes out for his promo. So John Cena comes out. He calls out Mark Henry. Mark Henry comes out, and John Cena, he made some sort of, I was skipping through the Cena part of the thing. I didn't even want to see the Cena part of the promo. I didn't want to see him speak. He's so fucking frustrating. And then he cut something about a Snickers promo, or not a promo, some Snickers joke about Mark Henry needs to go grab a Snickers bar because Henry said he's been hungry for the title. Okay, here's the thing. You just have to look at Mark Henry standing in the ring during this promo, how serious he was, and look at John Cena. Mark Henry was talking about how he wanted the title, how it would validate his career, how he's hungry for it, he's earned this title shot, and you can see Cena standing there with the belt, smirking. He's gonna smirk here, he'll smirk there. He's gonna hem and haw around like a fucking idiot. It's supposed to be a serious segment, and it's not. Cena he just douchebags all over it like a fucking hot, sweaty, nasty douchebag, and I fucking hate it. I had such a hard time getting through this segment. And then at one point, Mark Henry says, and oh man, he says, some of these people love you, some of these people hate you. And then you get this big Cena sucks chant starts up. And then Cena immediately, as soon as it starts, he's going to whip out that dick and just slap in the face everybody in the crowd because he says something like, how could you not love this? I love this. Like, yeah, people are booing you. People are telling you suck, like hundreds of them, right to your face, and you're just like, I love it. What kind of fucking idiot is this guy? It's literally, he hates when people tell him that. He hates when people chant that to him, so he has to just counter by saying, I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here. I'm going to stay here. How does my dick taste? John Cena, fuck you. I can't do it. I can't do it anymore with this fucking guy. I'm tired of it. So here's something that I wanted to point out, was that Henry then said, if you interrupt me one more time, Cena, Money in the Bank is going to start right now. They're threatening to beat the shit out of him, basically. And I just immediately thought of that final promo before Payback between John Cena and Ryback when Cena was standing on the ambulance. Or when Ryback was standing on the ambulance and Cena was in the ring, and Ryback couldn't even finish a fucking sentence. Cena cut him off like 6 fucking times during that segment, just going stomping around the ring like a fucking moron. No way that was going to happen here. Mark Henry was not going to let that happen. You could tell Mark Henry was a senior. There's no fucking way John Cena was going to do that to Henry. You can get away with doing that shit to Ryback, but Cena knew his place not to fucking do that shit during this promo with Mark Henry. That he would have really been disrespecting Mark Henry, like legitimately. So yeah, Cena kept his fucking mouth shut until Henry was done talking. And then Cena challenges him to actually fight right there. And Cena looked like a fucking idiot. Because he did the line in the sand, he stepped back, and you should have seen him. Just watch that pose. He steps back, he's like, come on. He's got his arms out like this. What kind of fucking shit is that? He looked like a goddamn, I don't know, like a fucking mongoose, like a goofy ostrich-looking motherfucker. Ridiculous, man. It was fucking stupid. I just laughed my ass off. And then Mark Henry did actually come up to clothesline him, and Cena was like, oh! He ducked out of the way too soon. I think he hit Mark Henry's fucking ankles or his fucking hips. That's where that clothesline hit. Mark Henry clotheslined him with his goddamn knees and his hips because Cena jumped out of the way too soon because he can't take a fucking move, not even a goddamn clothesline or a shoulder tackle to save his life. It's terrible, man. This whole segment blew. Alright. So next up was Chris Jericho versus Curtis Axel, and The Miz was on commentary. At one point, Axel got tossed to the outside in front of the announcer's table. Miz is acting like he's going to fight him. He's goading him in, but Paul Heyman pulls him back, begs him to get back into the ring so he doesn't get counted out, so Curtis Axel doesn't get counted out. So Axel does get in the ring, and he gets hit with the code breaker and gets his first loss as the Curtis Axel character since he's aligned himself with Paul Heyman. And honestly, I'm not that upset about him losing to Jericho. I mean, I don't consider it to be a big deal. It's just kind of a loss to try to make It looked like The Miz has a shot at winning the IC title on Sunday, which obviously he does not. So just get that loss out of the way and not make it a big deal when he gets flattened by John Cena at some point in the future. And there's no way Miz is going to win, Opposite momentum, baby. Yeah, Curtis Axel picks up the W on Sunday and keeps that belt. Next up was a backstage segment with all of the World Heavyweight Championship Money in the Bank participants, except for Dean Ambrose for some reason. He wasn't there. I don't know if they said why. If they did, I must have missed it. Or if he was there, I missed him being there, because I skipped through the beginning of it, to be honest with you. I would call it mildly entertaining. Everybody was acting fucking stupid, but yeah, it didn't really bother me, because this Sunday, everybody knows that the World Heavyweight Championship ladder match is going to be more entertaining than the WWE ladder match, the WWE title ladder match. It always is nowadays, these past couple of years. It's always been the more entertaining of the two. So it's going to happen again this year. So I know they're going to put on a good match on Sunday. I don't really fucking care what they do with this backstage bullshit here. Doesn't faze me. Still going to be a good match. Next up, Del Rio versus Sin Cara. And first of all, I remember when Del Rio was a heel a couple months ago. It was only a couple months he was a face. The guy used to fight Sin Cara like every other fucking week. He was like the only guy he would fucking wrestle. So I wonder if they're going to start doing that shit again. Just have it be Del Rio versus Sin Cara constantly. But this match didn't even really matter. Dolph Ziggler came out at one point. I don't even get this. I don't even know what they were trying to do with Ziggler. Ziggler comes out and he cuts almost like a heel promo. He says, he took out Ricardo Rodriguez, so he's going to do the announcement that Del Rio deserves. He starts knocking him on the mic, telling him he's going to be the soon-to-be former World Heavyweight Champion, and screaming his name. Meanwhile, Del Rio is still wrestling Sin Cara. And here's the shit, okay? The crowd popped when Ziggler first came out. But then Del Rio runs out, attacks Ziggler, and he starts beating him. He starts beating Ziggler down and acts like he's going to hurt him again. Like he looks over at the steps like he's going to ram his head into the steps and give him another concussion or something. And then Sin Cara does a body splash off the top for a save. I don't know who won this match. I don't fucking care. It made Ziggler look like fucking shit. It really did. What is it with, do they go out of their way to purposely fuck over Dolph Ziggler? Because then by the end of the segment, the crowd didn't know whether to boo or cheer, and it was almost no reaction at all, because they were fucking confused. I was fucking confused. What the hell was I supposed to feel coming out of that segment? I mean, can you imagine Dolph Ziggler when they come up to him and they say, okay, you're going to get some mic time during this match tonight, Dolph. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to come out, you're going to interrupt the match, and you're just going to bash Del Rio on the mic. And Ziggler's like, okay, great, I'm excited. And then the creative team says, well, now hold on. Then Del Rio's going to come out and he's going to start beating you up. And you're going to get taken down and he's going to start kicking your ass. It's like, okay, that's okay. I'm going to come back, right? I'm going to hit the zigzag. Maybe I'll throw him into the steps or the fucking barricade. No. You're just going to get your ass kicked, and then Sin Cara is going to have to save you from the top rope. What? How fucking dumb is that? It's garbage. It's absolute garbage. And I can't even... We're just going to move on because it's ridiculous. It's fucking stupid. And next up was the Vickie Guerrero job evaluation. How long was this segment, huh? How long was this segment, guys? Like, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes maybe? I skipped through almost the whole fucking thing. That's right, man. I so strongly disagree with seeing the owners of the company coming out and just sucking up airtime from the people that are actual employees of the company. I want to see wrestlers on the active roster wrestling or cutting promos that are going to further storylines for themselves or for other wrestlers. I don't want to see the owners of the company coming out furthering the storylines for themselves that they created. They're the owners of the company. They don't need storylines. Why do they have to put themselves on TV? I don't give a shit. They're not helping any wrestlers. There's no wrestlers in the ring. It's just Vince, Stephanie, and Triple H. It's fucking stupid, and I refuse to watch it. So I skipped it. Vickie Guerrero got fired, and they named Brad Maddox the new GM. It's fucking dumb. This guy, this fucking goofball, the guy has no reason or purpose for existence, has been named the new general manager. And no, that does not give him a reason or a purpose. He's still a fucking pointless douchebag that should not be there. It's stupid. It's fucking stupid. It's going to be more garbage. It's what it's going to be. Just more garbage. Kane versus Christian was next. And first of all, did any of you guys notice that when Christian came out, Michael McGillicuddy was up on that lower part of the Titantron, not the entrance, not the actual Titantron, but like that graphic underneath it, right above the ramp. Michael McGillicuddy's theme was up there. What an epic fuck up. I laughed my ass off when I saw that. Like, why hasn't that Michael McGillicuddy theme been fucking destroyed and sent into the deepest parts of the oceans of the earth? I don't know. But for some reason, they queued it up when Christian came out. Go fucking figure. I thought it was funny. But this match was boring. Oh, man. Just like Kane and Randy Orton stole the show last week for the most boring fucking match, it was Christian and Kane. Kane has a hard time putting on an exciting match these days. Randy Orton didn't do it. Christian couldn't do it. This match was boring. And Kane won clean. That I don't fucking care. I just don't give a shit. But then after the match, that's when the Wyatt family finally came out. There's been tons of build-up even throughout the show over the past couple of weeks and throughout the show to last night. And the crowd was excited when they came out. I liked the video intro, and then they came out. Bray Wyatt came out with the lantern. It was a huge pop. The two bigger guys, whose names I don't know, they attacked Kane. They had a hard time getting him down. Which, whatever. It was fucking stupid. I didn't like it because of the headshot with the steps at the end. They take the part of the stairs that's cut out so that all you get is just the sound of the one part of the steps banging against the other. No actual headshot occurring because Kane's head was right in the middle of that cutout spot when they hit him. They do this spot sometimes, and it's the dumbest fucking spot ever. It looks so fake. You could tell a fucking 5-year-old. I could sit my 3-year-old daughter in front of the TV and show her that spot, and she could tell me that the guy didn't get fucking hit. Who are they fooling? They're not fooling anybody. It's stupid. And then I guess Kane had to be carried out on a stretcher, I read afterwards. Like, for what? For sucking in too much oxygen during that fake fucking spot? Get out of here. Next up was the Divas match. There were a lot of bitches out there. I don't know. I don't even care. I skipped the whole fucking thing. So yeah, I just fucking skipped it. Garbage. Up next was the main event, CM Punk versus Randy Orton. Crowd was really into this match. Big chance for both guys throughout the match. And I just have to say, I couldn't help but notice this one guy, older dude, in an orange jersey of some kind. I don't know what the team was. I think he had a hat on, he had a bushy white beard, and he was on the floor level of the crowd, right behind the ring. And he just had me distracted the whole time, because he was one of those guys who was trying to look up at the Titantron to see when he was on camera, and then waving his hands and shit. But the guy was so old that it took him like 10 seconds to look up and notice he was on camera. And then, like, another 5-10 seconds to actually start waving, and by the time he did, the camera cut away, and this just kept happening all throughout the match, and it just kept distracting me and making me laugh. And then at one point, the guy, like, broke out a rubber chicken. He had a yellow rubber chicken that he was holding up and swinging around. Check it out, he's in there, and it looked fucking stupid. I don't know what was going on with that guy, but it made me laugh. So, whatever. He looked confused. He looked a little lost. He looked like he had a rubber chicken. So, whatever. This match was okay. I wasn't really into this match. I just wasn't. I don't know. The guys didn't seem like they were doing too much. There wasn't a whole lot of energy in the match for me. I don't know if these guys were just kind of saving themselves from Money in the Bank. They didn't want to push it too hard. But the match, it was only okay. Punk did win clean with Go to Sleep to end the match. I give props to Randy Orton. His 2 big matches. He put over Daniel Bryan 2 weeks ago, and now CM Punk tonight. I tell you what, John fucking Cena could take some lessons from Randy Orton about, just every once in a while saying, okay, I'm going to lose tonight clean to put this guy over. I can't believe Cena hasn't lost fucking clean in years. It's fucking horrible, man. Like, I don't even know. Like, it's no fun when you know who's going to win the match. Ugh. Why Cena's a top guy is just baffling. I'll never, ever get it. It's garbage. And then at the end, Daniel Bryan comes out. He attacks both of the guys, grabs the briefcase, gets a ladder, sets it up, climbs, grabs the briefcase. Looks to me like a potential heel turn possibly coming. And I'm going to go ahead and say that that's probable, and that is going to start the beginning of the end for Daniel Bryan, no doubt. That's going to get that train kicking into high gear, moving where? To the WWE title? Nope. It's going straight to the big gaping maw of the Cena machine. Cena's just, give me that, Daniel Bryan. He's going to chew Daniel Bryan up. He's not going to spit him out. He's going to fucking shit him out. He's going to drop him out the bottom of his ass, man. Daniel Bryan is going to be done when he gets to Cena. Now, overall, with this Raw, there were a couple of good matches. There were a lot of ones that I didn't care for. They were boring. They're fucking shitty. The segments that pissed me off. So this Raw was pretty garbage as far as I'm concerned. The bad definitely outweighed the good. I would call it some serious shit. Not as terrible as last week, but not good by any stretch of the imagination. Just watch Daniel Bryan Sheamus. I'm having a hard time coming up with anything else that you might want to spend your time on. Let me look back. Yep, nope. The rest of it was pretty fucking garbage. So, yeah. That's going to do it for me. JB Squared 61279. I'm going to do a Money in the Bank preview video later this week, so be sure to check that out. Thanks, guys. See ya.